Buenas. Labor Day long weekend, folks. For my US viewers, happy Labor Day. For my Canadian viewers, happy Labor Day. With a U. If you know, you know. I've noticed today, maybe it's because it is a long weekend, or maybe it's because I have new socks. We have new socks. Extra 5 watts, bro. Check these bad boys out. Snappy.
Feeling pro.
It's all that matters. I've been carrying around this ladybug on my new socks for about 2 hours now. I don't know if you can see that. I hope he's happy where he's going. I thought that he would jump off at some point. Go, yeah, that's where I need to be, bro, thanks. But no, it looks like he's coming home with us. Okay, so there's a few things I wanted to recap. When I used to work in radio, they would call this backselling, when you play 3 or 4 songs in a row and then you backsell the songs that you just played. Previous vlogs, I had talked about my knee pain. I had a few questions, people asking how I was doing with that, if the stretching had helped. Stretching has helped. The knee pain in my left knee seems to have dissipated altogether. It's great. I think that's a culmination of making the changes to the seat post height, as well as backing off the intensity a little bit. I was concerned, as you probably saw in one of the vlogs, that the pain had moved to my right side after I had made these changes to my geometry, but it doesn't really seem to have materialized. Right side is good, left side is good, we're good to go for now. The other thing I wanted to recap was I mentioned that I was selling one of my bikes from the stable. That actually happened. I sold the Scott Addict SL with its Zip 303s and full Dura-Ace mechanical Grupo. Kind of sad to see that go. It was a beautiful bike. I hope the person that bought it loves it as much as I do. But now I have that money burning a hole in my pocket. So what's next? What do I replace the Scott with? So there's 3 options that I'm looking at currently. One of them is a Canyon Endurance CF SLX with 12-speed Dura-Ace Di2 on it. Looks like a pretty sweet bike if I can get it. The other one I'm looking at, I've had a few Cervelos in the past. I've had a R3, I've had an R5, and I've had an S5. They came out a few years ago with the Caledonia. This is their endurance geometry bike. You see where I'm going with my next bike, eh? So I'm looking at the Cervelo Caledonia 5, hopefully with either Ultegra Di2 on it, or even better, the Dura-Ace Di2 on it. That one's going to be pricey. And while we're talking about pricey, my dream bike is the Factor O2 VAM or the Ostro VAM. Both of those will do. I prefer the O2. What I'm noticing these days is there's a shortage of Shimano components. So a lot of bikes that I'm seeing online are actually spec'd with SRAM. Now, nothing wrong with SRAM. At least they're spec'd with the SRAM Red ETAP, which it looks incredible. But I've just always used Shimano. More recently, my last few bikes have all been Dura-Ace, so I don't really want to deviate from that. So yeah, Canyon, Cervelo, and Factor. Those are the 3 bikes that I'm considering. See which one's available, really. So stay tuned on that. The other thing I wanted to talk about was I mentioned my lack of musical knowledge from my team members. You know, we go out on these group rides, we rarely talk about music or what their musical interests are. So as you saw in my last vlog, I rode with Steve for a little bit, and he dropped this bomb on me. He said his favorite song, I think it's either his favorite song or the song he likes to train to the most, is from a band from 1989, Belgian band. They had a huge hit with a song called Pump Up the Jam. The band was called Technotronic. I'm not too sure if that's his favorite song of all time, or if that's his favorite band, or if that's just a song he likes to train to. Bit of a dark horse. I had him down more for a Creedence Clearwater Revival Zeppelin or maybe even REM kind of guy. But no, pump up the jam. The only thing better than a Labor Day long weekend is my 3 favorite words. Labor Day sale.
I thought he was going to say, let's go shopping.
Let's go. So I think we were fairly successful at the Labor Day sale at Bush Tuka. Bush Tuka is a local cycling, outdoorsy kind of establishment. So yeah, got some socks. So these retail, these ASOS socks, yes, they're summer socks and we're moving into fall. I get that, but these are super comfy. And how could I pass up $17? And it gets better. So these retail for 25 bucks. They were on sale for $17.50, plus there was an additional 40% off. So these were like 12 bucks each. Made out like bandits. Have a great Labor Day long weekend. We will regroup next weekend. Take care.